Hello and welcome to the Ilene Silverman Show. I'm your host Ilene, and on this week's program, our guests discuss Haven and their numerous worthwhile programs, and volunteers share their positive experiences with the Alliance and the Attic. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us for our program. Since 1979, Haven Hospice has served our community as a not-for-profit regional healthcare organization. To tell us more, I'm pleased to introduce my guest, Gail Mattson, President of Haven. And Gail, it's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to join you.
Oh, well, I'm very pleased. And right there in your introduction, we've changed the name from Haven Hospice to Haven. And that's a lot of what is going on now since you've taken the helm. When did you come on board?
I had the opportunity to join Haven in 2016.
Okay, well, a lot's been going on. And give me a little of your background.
Oh, I'm a registered nurse. I have a 35-year nursing career and have had the opportunity to work in several hospice organizations. It's my true passion. Haven is the fourth hospice that I've had the distinct honor to be a part of.
So you really have a lot of experience, and that is serving our community well. And actually, well, Haven covers quite a large area. About how many counties do you cover?
We cover 18 counties across north central Florida, about 15,000 square miles.
Okay, that's a lot of ground to cover.
It is.
But now that we're no longer Haven Hospice, we have to retrain ourselves.
That's
we're
right.
Haven, and it has some very important meanings behind that word Haven, because it's about expanding your programs, which just benefits all of us. So help us understand a little about the transition. What has happened?
Well, Eileen, we rebranded Haven in the middle of 2017 to really reflect our expansion from a hospice organization. We still have our hospice roots from the late 70s, but we've added several advanced illness programs.
All right, and when people say Haven or Haven Hospice, we think about the E.T. York Hospice Care Center, but all along, more and more, I always have had the feeling that there is so much more. And so that's part of your expansion. That's so much more that you can bring to quality of life for people.
Absolutely. So we're expanding beyond Haven's end-of-life care with hospice to really reach out and serve individuals that may be living with serious illness or chronic illness, sometimes for a period of years.
Right.
So we want the community to know about those services early so that we have the opportunity to help support people's quality of life for years as they're living with advanced illness.
Well, and since we're living longer, which is a goal for everyone, and I could see that things have changed here, I've just said, since 1979. So much has changed in healthcare, in living longer, and wanting to live a fuller life.
That's right.
So how do some of the programs that you've initiated, kind of approach that?
Well, we offer a variety of programs, and I want to mention a couple of them, Eileen, that are free to the community.
Oh, excellent.
We have an advanced care planning program where we have trained facilitators that guide an individual and their healthcare surrogate through a discussion about their healthcare goals and wishes so that we can capture those and communicate those with the healthcare provider team and those that need to know, so that they can really honor someone's goals and wishes throughout their healthcare.
Very important, more and more. And explain the word palliative care. That's part of what you do.
Palliative care is really about palliation of symptoms, so it's providing comfort care to those that may have pain or other symptoms from their illness. And we have specialized physicians and nurse practitioners that do consultation for individuals that may be experiencing pain, because our commitment is that no one should have to suffer.
I like knowing that. What about transitions? Another good program.
That's another free program that we offer
Excellent.
to members of the community, and it is a supportive program that involves telephone calls monthly or as frequently as someone would like to be called. And we also offer companion volunteers up to 4 hours a week, and make sure that individuals know about resources in the community, that we are helping them understand their medical conditions, and as their illness progresses, making sure that they're aware of other supportive services that are available, including hospice.
Well, I have to say, Gail, we're going to take a quick break, but you may have taken off the word hospice, but I think Haven itself has expanded, increased programs to serve our community, and especially free programs, and we thank you and all of Haven behind you.
Thank
for
you
all
very
do.
much.
Well, we're so glad you're part of this community, our community. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back talking about Haven, and I'm pleased to introduce Lynn Newman, PR Coordinator for the Alliance, and Pam Ivey, President of the Alliance. And Lynn and Pam, I'm so pleased you've joined us. And I can
here.
Well, thank you. And for me too. And I can see just how important the Alliance is to all of Haven and to keeping everything going. So give us, Lynn, a little bit of the background of how the Alliance got started and why, how it all came to pass.
In 1998, Nancy Perry had a party for some ladies who she thought might be interested in starting an organization to be a support to hospice.
See, that's Nancy, a good friend,
Yes.
always getting things started, getting them
And
rolling.
who doesn't love a party?
Yes, you're right. I like it.
And shortly thereafter, we formed an organization called Haven Hospice Alliance, with the goal of we have a twofold purpose. One is
Right.
to help raise funds for unreimbursed patient care and programs, and also to raise awareness about those programs in the community.
And those are very worthy, as a matter of fact, because I think we all need to know more about, and especially with the rebranding, it's
Yes.
more important than ever that the word get out for all the care available. And Pam, how long have you been involved?
I've been involved with the Alliance for 8 years,
Okay.
and it's just a wonderful group of ladies, and we do have some gentlemen that are our members. We have approximately 100 members on the Alliance
Excellent.
right now.
Excellent. And tell me more about being a member. Is it open to many? Do you need more people to do
We're
all your
always-
activities?
We're always recruiting for new
good.
members. Our membership goes up and down depending on other individuals' involvements. But yes, we're always recruiting, and we always have an annual luncheon to recognize our
Right.
members, and we do that along with the volunteer luncheon that Haven has.
So a true appreciation of everyone. Well, tell me more about some of the things that the Alliance oversees. I know there's lots of activities, for instance.
Yes, we have a lot of benefits of being a member, and we call it the 4 F's, which is fun, friends, food. Of course, you have to always have food.
Yes.
And fundraising.
Okay.
And
It all kind of
fundraising,
fits together.
yes, and fundraising is our major focus. And we've had some events throughout the many years that we've been involved with Haven. And of course, our activities center around the need for unfunded, unreimbursed care, because
Right.
no one at Haven is turned away.
And that's an important thing, I think, for our whole, right, Lynn?
Yes.
Our whole community to understand.
Yes. It is.
So you've got to have some way of providing that care, some financial way to provide that care. And how long have you been involved with the Alliance?
Since 1998.
Okay,
Yes.
right. You were saying, so you've got a firm understanding. Have you seen a lot of changes? And with this rebranding, how do you feel the Alliance will shift, or will it, into maybe even more primary focus?
I think it's a great opportunity for us to get out there into the community and let people know about the new and very exciting and much needed things that Haven does.
Right. And okay, go back to a few more of those. I like this, the fun in fundraising.
Okay, all right. We have a lot of fun. One of our events that we have is Kids Night at the Attic. And it's a very meaningful activity. And what it is we work with community organizations and we invite families for their children to come in and shop for Christmas. And all of these items are saved throughout the year at the Attic, and a lot of toys and a lot of things that a son would like to give to their mother for Christmas. We have Santa Claus there. They take a picture and they get to take the picture home. And we have Christmas cookies and punch. And then we have a team that comes in of volunteers that wrap all the gifts. And the children then can write their name on the little name tags. So it's a really fun event.
Oh, I can see. Very satisfying. And the community all benefits. And I know we just have a few moments, but Lynn, would you like to add anything to inviting people to join the Alliance? And
We would welcome new members, and there's a lot of information available about how to join Alliance and get involved in our activities.
All right. And thank you, Pam and Lynn, and all of the Alliance volunteers for all you do. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back talking about Haven, and I'm pleased to introduce Stormy Palmes-Porter, Haven Retail Business Manager, and Peggy Finley, longtime volunteer. And Peggy and Stormy, it's great to welcome you.
Thank you.
Well, and to learn more about Haven through the Attic, which I've known about for a long time, but give us the long name of the Attic, Stormy, and what it really is.
It's the Attic Resale Stores, and as you heard earlier, we were founded by the Alliance. Our purpose is to raise funds to support programs for Haven that are unreimbursed programs and unreimbursed patient care.
So, and with the rebranding and expanding of programs, probably more and more very important that the Attic flourishes. Yes.
They truly are.
And Peggy, how long have you been volunteering there?
Well, I think I've been there almost 20 years.
Okay, I think you've seen a lot at the
I have
Attic.
seen a lot.
Right.
We have been in several places, but now we're on 8th Avenue in a nice big building. It's purple. And
That's
you can't
right.
miss it.
And everybody says the Haven Attic, the big purple building. But behind those doors, what is going on? Well, first, you're volunteer driven. So you need volunteers to be part of the Attic, and you need the community to donate. So
We do.
Yes. So tell me a little about, well, you've been saying its purpose, but what kind of things are in the Attic? All kind of things. You've worked in all departments, you said.
Well, yes, but of course we have to have people in the back to accept the donations, and then we have to sort them. We have to price them. We have to put them on the shelves.
Okay.
We have to help the customers.
Yes.
And
okay.
on it goes.
And on and on. And do you, as a volunteer, get to choose what part of the Attic you want to?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And sometimes if we get tired of one department, we
You
just
just
say,
shift over.
I think I'd like to go and work on shoes today.
I like it. I like it. I bet it's a warm, comfortable environment. And I know that the Attic is partnering, Stormy, with a lot of people in this community. Kind of give us a bit of that.
We partner
knowledge.
in two different ways.
Okay.
As I said earlier, we raise funds for unreimbursed programs and for new programs such as No One Dies Alone. And that program, our volunteers, it's another one of those free programs where
Right.
volunteers go and sit with people at end of life so that no one dies alone.
Right, particularly if there's somebody who does not have family here, no one to be with them.
Exactly.
We can't even think what that would be like. So and the fact that these programs are offered free to the community are really vital so that everybody
They are.
can take part in it.
But-
And it's just essential.
Yeah, but then also giving back to the community. We work with groups, we have a voucher program, and we work with groups like the VA, the Hope
Right.
Center, Holy Trinity, Grace Marketplace, where we give these vouchers and the people that need them are able to come in shop for clothing and goods that they need.
Excellent.
And then we also do give goods. During these cold seasons, we're giving
Right.
coats and blankets and
So
we
you're
have,
really answering a great community need.
it is,
Right.
it is. And it goes even far beyond that. The phone rings and it could be someone from Shands Hospital, a social worker, that has someone leaving a hospital and has needs.
Oh, and then Peggy Sidney Lanier, you have the young students from.
Yeah. Of course, there are a good many of us who are retired who go there, but we also have all these young people who like to come in, and you really know about all of
Oh,
those.
the
Mr.
UF students?
We do.
The
Yes.
sororities and the fraternities.
We have sororities and fraternities from UF that do service hours, the Bright Future students that
Excellent.
need the volunteer hours
Right.
for their Bright Future scholarships.
And you have a partnership with Eastside Culinary Arts Institute.
do.
Yes, which is I think
We
very
do. So
very
we
admirable.
see many young people.
Right. Yes. Yes. And Peggy, what would you say? We just have a few more moments to get people to join you at the Attic.
Well, all they have to do is come in the door because we're very friendly. We bring our friends in, and then pretty soon they say, I think I'd like to volunteer here. And
It's a
so
wonderful environment.
It just grows and grows, and and we have a lot of fun back there behind those doors where it says
Okay.
staff only.
I like to know that. All right. Thank you both,
Thank
Stormy
you
and
so much.
Peggy, for all you do for our community. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're talking about Haven, and I'm pleased to introduce H.C. and Ann Williamson, volunteers at the Attic. And I'm
Good to be
delighted.
here. Thank you.
I'm delighted that you've joined us. And it's just so wonderful to see a couple that is spending their time volunteering and doing great things in our community. And, when did you start,
8
Ann?
years ago.
Okay. So you've been involved for quite a while.
Yes.
And also are you involved, I believe, the Alliance also? You're on their board?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And then how did you jump in, H.C.?
Well, a couple of years back, there was some specific needs at the Attic, and they asked me to come down and give a hand. And then I found my place in the electronics area. So that's where I major. But there's always something new every day. There's different
Right.
needs. Sometimes we're short in the receiving area. Sometimes we need to pick up things on the floor.
Right.
Straighten up clothing out on the floor. So. It's just a
So-
variety of things we can do, and once I got involved, I learned a lot of things I wasn't aware of. There's
Right.
five
Share
stores
some of that,
around
yes.
the area, and the annual receipts are in the neighborhood of $2.5 million a year. So
That's very
a-
impressive.
Yes, it's a big contribution to the community.
It is, because it is making sure that all those programs are available to
Yeah.
everyone that needs them, and that is very
Yeah.
important.
And Ann's folks both received in-home care from hospice for a good long period of time for her father, and
So that's
we-
it. That's why you have a calling
Yes.
for it.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I wanted to give something back.
Yes, and I know there's no typical day, but then there is a special day called that you've been in charge of, I think 3 years, the Spring Bling. Kind of tell us what's that like, 'cause
Well, we
it was
started
successful recently, so it's going to come around again.
Yes, we started 5 years ago, and it is an opportunity to use the really nice clothing that comes in, jackets and purses. I have a lot of designer purses and jewelry, and to have a little bit different price than on the
Right.
In the attic, but to sell them and have a special event for fundraising, and every penny of it goes back into the reimbursed patient
Right,
care.
right, exactly. Still fulfilling that same mission.
Yes.
That same objective.
Right.
And you can see what a difference Haven made to your own families, and particularly you said your father. So when you were at the attic, what is some of the people you see? Share some of your good feelings about that, Ann.
Oh, it's great to be able to help people that come and just they come up to you and ask, can you help them? Maybe like a man that's looking for a suit or a tie or shirt, something with pants and everything to go to a special event or to
Right.
a funeral, and just a joy to be able to help the men in particular that have that need.
Right, because we don't even think of that sometimes when you think about who's going into the attic. So you're enlightening me.
Yes.
And what about it? As we were saying, it is just a calling. So, in your heart, what is the feeling you get when you're on that floor at the attic?
Just that you're investing in someone else's life. It's like a ministry to me, just to be able to
Appropriate.
help others.
Right, an appropriate word.
Right.
And you talked about, other stores and other attics in the Haven community and the importance of all that you're doing. But you must see every day it still takes more volunteers. You got a
Yes.
lot
That's right.
going on in the
Yeah.
attic.
Yes,
Yes.
we need more volunteers.
Yes.
And the program used to be for training 8 hours, has now been cut down to 2, and that
realistic.
2 hours will be done at the attic, so you have a hands-on experience while you're getting your training.
Right. So it makes it really easy to just start off the ground running.
Yeah.
Right,
The whole
once you
idea
get-
of making a difference in your time, investing in your community, and we were new to the community 20 years ago, but the East Side Garden Club and Billy Evans and some of the old timers,
Right,
that
right.
are born in Gainesville, really took me under their wing, and I feel like a part of the community.
Oh, well, you really are. And when you hear about all the programs, everything that is happening within hospice, I know you're very proud, and that this rebranding is quite meaningful.
Yes.
It's really going to bring more people to partake in the services that hospice
Yeah.
does provide.
People don't realize that about 90% of the people that are served by hospice are served outside of the York facility. They're served in the homes.
Right, and that is a very important thing to realize and understand. And I thank you both for being a wonderful
Thank
couple. Wait, quickly, how many years have you been together?
54.
Oh, she got it. Wonderful, wonderful.
I would have said 53.
Well, well, keep on volunteering. I thank you and
Thank you,
everyone
bless you.
involved with Haven for doing so much for our community. We appreciate you. You make
Thank you.
everything
Appreciate
better in our community, and we are so glad that you tuned in, and I hope you'll join us next week. Take care.